All right, we are live for March. What's tomorrow? Yeah, March 11th. Picks.
April.
April. Or sorry, April. April. Yep. Still figuring getting the months right here, but April 11th. So, how did your day go so far? I know it was a short slate, but
Yeah, small slate. I laid low on the games. I didn't want to go too crazy with it just being 5 games. So I did just the Red Sox on the money line. I liked Bueller to have a little bit of a bounce back, and he did. He pitched really good today. Gross game though overall.
yeah,
Low scoring game, like 4-3 in extras, another extra inning game. But yeah, I'll take the win, 1-0 or 1-0 and 4-3 winner for the Sox. So that's all I was doing today. Nothing too crazy.
yeah. It wasn't a big day. I had three plays. I got that Guardians White Sox under snuck in there, thankfully. Um, Bassett over outs. Just needed one more damn out in the sixth inning. Couldn't get there, and then I got Braves money line. I'm not sure what's going on with this game actually. Should probably just check for a weather update from them.
I Yeah, it's in a delay. It's been like what, an hour and a half or so.
Roughly, yeah, I want to say hour and a half. Um, 27, yeah, about an hour and a half. 27 minutes ago, we continue to monitor the weather and will provide an update as it becomes available.
Damn. Okay.
Well, regardless, this is a rough spot for both of these teams tomorrow. Then,
Oh yeah.
they stuck late here. If they do play, um, what they finished the sixth, so they got 3 innings left, bullpen games. Schwelly and Luzardo actually they shoved that day though. They
Yeah.
they were dominant.
They look good. Yeah, Schwelly looks awesome. He's starting the year really strong.
Yeah, absolutely really good. One run, but still pretty damn good. Yeah, I think they had 13 strikeouts combined, something like that. I know they let up a fair amount of hits, but damage control was pretty damn good from those guys today. So
Did you see Strider's rehab start today?
I didn't. How'd it go?
He had like 13 strikeouts in 5 innings. Just absolutely cooked. So they're saying he should be up next week. I think if he's on 5 days, it should be on Wednesday against. I'm not remembering the team who they're facing, but yeah, he should be back next Wednesday.
Okay, next Wednesday. All right, Strider start. Be curious to see how they manage that there. I'm assuming probably a light outing for him,
Hmm.
especially early in the year. So excited to see him back. I think that once they get him back, this team's gonna
That'll be
little
huge.
extra juice coming for the Braves there, and then not to mention Acuna potentially coming at some point. I got to imagine. I haven't seen any update info on him, but got to imagine he's coming back soon, and that'll also be another huge addition for that team.
Definitely. I haven't seen anything either. I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. Reevaluated. I just saw something that pop up says returning rehab plan for his knee being reevaluated to see how it is. But apparently it's somewhat good news. Maybe he'll start his rehab starts in the next couple weeks. That'll be a huge to get him back though.
Yeah, I mean it's early in the season. No need to rush him back, but the way the
Hmm.
season started, they could definitely use a little jump here, go on a run, and get some wins rolling in here. All right. Other than that, I'm just making this pitcher list real quick. I will
Yeah.
send that to
Let's
you
see.
when I get her made. But
Anything else happen tonight?
uh, not much. The Brewers over. Ended up laying off thankfully after they put up 17 last night, and
Yeah.
that total
Yeah.
sat there at 10 and a half, 10. I was like, I'm not gonna touch this. I'll lay off. But hey, the Rockies scored seven, and the over couldn't get home. It was incredible stuff.
Typical. Yeah. No shit. When the Rockies score runs and it doesn't go over, it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's like that's the one thing you need is the Rockies to put up 3-4 runs to
Right.
help you out. Um, they put up seven. Then they're carrying the load of it, which is crazy. But
Hmm.
regardless, not a terrible day. Hopefully
Yeah.
Braves. I don't know what'll happen if it gets resumed. I'm assuming its full game is through six, so they finished six. If they resume this in June, what does this ticket stay open until until June, or do they just
Yeah.
refund
I
it
don't
or
know how that would
something like
work.
that?
Yeah.
I'm
Might
curious.
be.
That would
Yeah.
be yeah. That'll be a bet you totally forget about until they're like, oh, by the way, this is in the middle of June. This is a continuation from freaking April. So I'll be like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Well, but
Yeah. I guess it depends on your book.
Yeah, shout out offshore. We'll see what they do. I'll bet you they'll just void it. But
Yeah, no shit.
it is what it is. Other than that, we can just hop into this here today. Bubich versus just had his name in front of my face. Bybee. We got Bubich versus
Ivy.
Bybee. Another AL Central match here. Total is 7, juiced over. They don't want to give the 7.5. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna rinse and repeat AL Central under both of these offenses. I know the Guardians did something today, but I want to see you do that again. Not to mention they're going against a lefty, and pull up these numbers versus lefties this season. I'm sure it's not a crazy sample size so far here. Well, 130 plate appearances. They got 10% walk rate, sub 22% strikeout rate, 743 OPS, 198 ISO, a 111 WRC plus. So they actually hit lefties. Uh, Not too shabby. Numbers versus him, only 30 plate appearances, 296 average, but an expected 182 off of Bubic here. Bubic, what has he done this year? Do, do,
he's
do.
been good. Bubich,
Has he?
yeah, he's been a stud. 2-0, hasn't allowed a run, earned run at least 16 strikeouts. Yeah, he's looking really strong.
Baltimore
His
and
two,
Milwaukee too.
yeah, 8 strikeouts and 2 walks against Milwaukee, 8 strikeouts and 1 walk to Baltimore. So he's had good command. He's not giving up a lot. He's obviously not giving up any runs, and the strikeouts are there. So I kind of like Kansas City in this spot. I mean, believe it or not, Cleveland, I know today was a easy win for them, but Chicago kind of gave them a series. It wasn't like they laid down and got blown out every game. The bullpen was used in Cleveland. Um, yeah, I don't mind Kansas City here, plus 120. I mean, Bybee didn't look good his last start, so maybe a bounce back for him. I do believe he pitched against Kansas City in the first series. Yeah, earlier in the season. When I say 1 week ago, basically March 30th, they played. Bybee went and won that game. It was 6-2. Cleveland won. It was him against Waka, but this is a much different matchup. I think Bybee, the way he's rolling right now at this price, I think I want to probably lean toward the dog here on the road. I think Kansas City's in a better spot.
Yeah. I'm with you. Royals plus money. Guardians, I know they look good today, but overall not great. I know they hit lefties well. What's the weather looking like here? Wind
By
blowing
the way,
in, 43 degrees. Not ideal weather here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna roll under. Just AL Central. Just keep trusting the system. It's been getting home, and I know both of these offenses can do something, but I kind of want to see them prove it and actually do it consistently before I start backing to overs or Guardians at a minus 140 price.
yeah. Yeah, I'll always post my picks on the day. I usually don't do overnight picks, but I'll definitely be leaning to Kansas City here. And I do like Pasquantino a lot against Bybee. 7 for 10 against him his career with 2 home runs. So nice numbers, short sample size, but I like that a lot for Pasquantino. Good matchup tomorrow. Yeah, lean to Kansas City. That's my strong lean in this game.
I'm with you. Um, Kansas City or nothing. I mean, if you got to pick a side, but under City for me. I did just realize I forgot like 3 games on the slides here, so I'll try to cook these up as we go. Otherwise,
Yeah, you're good.
we'll talk about them. But we got Bailey Falter and Brady Singer going here. Brady Singer laying minus 155 at home. Great American Small Park, 8.5 total. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I I definitely don't trust this Reds team at that price. I know the Pirates are not good, especially offensively. It's a pretty gross offense that we've seen this early in the season. But I think I would probably roll with Cincinnati here. I kind of lean toward the over though. I think Singer could give up a couple runs, but Cincinnati could do more damage. It is tough to say that too with Cincinnati for how bad they've been offensively. But this is a hitter's park. I don't know how the weather is going to be. You can bring up that weather report, I'm sure, as I kind of break this down a little bit more. But Singer looked good his first start. I know. I think he went shutout innings in that first one, and then his second start, I think he gave up a couple. Let me look at his game logs in that second start. And then 3 runs, yeah, 3 runs against the Brewers, just 1 walk. So his command's been good. 15 strikeouts to just 3 walks overall this season. I mean, good matchup for him. This is a Pirates offense that has just struggled out the gate. So it would be Cincinnati for me. Maybe first 5. If you like Cincinnati to get out to a hot start, I could see them jumping on Bailey Falls right here. There's a couple guys in this lineup who have success against him. Specifically, Spencer Steer, it appears, has good numbers against them. So yeah, lean toward first five for Cincinnati here. I think Singer can do enough against this Pirates team.
Yeah, the full game at -155 is a little pricey. I know the bullpen's been pretty good for the Reds so far this year, but -155 is a bit steep for a team that really struggles to score offensively. Um, the wind is blowing out 9 miles an hour at first pitch and settles around seven or so. Um, 50 degrees, so nothing crazy, but it is again Great American Small Park, um, where both of these guys can easily give up runs. It's just a matter of, do you trust the offenses? I don't really. That is kind of the issue here. Um, I don't want to take an under though. I'm torn,
Yeah,
but the Pirates at +130 is kind of tempting. I mean, if if the Reds offense shows up and just goes to work, so be it. But we have seen them just really struggle at times. Like they, outside of a couple games, they've really struggled to score more than 2 runs this year. Now you're gonna lay uh, points for them is or like a -155. It seems a tad steep,
yeah,
but I feel like you got to do it. Or I feel more comfortable with Cincinnati, but for the price, I don't. Like obviously Cincinnati better roster, better bullpen, better everything, but the price is what I'm not a huge fan of, unfortunately.
yeah. I don't love the price. That's why I was kind of leaning toward first five, just get it out of the way. And if the bullpen chokes it away, you don't have to worry about that. So,
Just a little I told you so moment. All right. Yeah, and any props? I know you talked about Spencer Steer.
yeah, yeah.
Anything interesting there, or
Spencer Steer definitely a consideration for me tomorrow. Great numbers against Fulter. There was one other guy I saw who I say a lot of these props, and they really are small sample sizes, but sometimes that's okay. Like Devers today was I think 7 for 14 career against Bassett, and he had a hit in his first inning. So these guys have success against these pitchers, even if it's a small sample size. It's okay. Encarnacion, just 2 at bats, but I mean 3 for 3, or sorry, 2 for 2 against him with a home run. I like to look for guys like that who have success and have hit a home run against a guy like Fulter. And Encarnacion's got great power. Young guy. I think he was a rookie last season, so potentially him too. I feel like you're going to get a good plus money price with him in a small ballpark, hitters park. I think that could be a good target as well.
yeah. Spoons is saying, "Don't sleep on Brady Singer." Hey, I love backing Brady Singer at home last year.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime he pitched, like whether it was home or away, I always played it because there's definitely an angle for him. Like he wasn't great on the road. He was really good at home. Um, so gotta see how he adjusts to this. Once the weather gets nicer out here. But yeah, definitely pitching advantage for the Reds here for sure. It's just that offense is what really scares me. But they do have the
Yep.
pieces to really pop if they get going there. We got Blue Jays at Orioles, Battle of the Birds. Over is 8.5. Juice to the under. And we have Bowden Francis and Tamayuki Sagano
Sagano.
going
Yep.
here. Yep. Bowden Francis, decent numbers versus team. 12 of 45, 4 doubles, 3 homers, 9 strikeouts. But Bowden Francis is a guy I like. I'm a big fan of him. Like he's looked pretty damn good this year so far too. Pulling up his game log here, 2 games. Yeah, five and a third, 6 innings. He gave up two earned. He did have 2 homers against Washington there to start, but he went to the Mets. He played pretty well. Gave up 2 runs, but the Mets team that can really explode on you at some point. Like that offense can really pop off. So I wasn't too turned off by how he looked. And now you're gonna go against a Baltimore team that they either score or they don't. Like there's really no in between. And now you got them flying back from Arizona in that West Coast trip. One day off, so I get it. You travel. They probably flew in last night, got in really early, and now they had the day off. I'm assuming. So at a pick 'em price, I'd rather trust Bowden Francis than some Sumiyagu or whatever his name is. Um, I know he had a pretty damn good outing his last one. Did he?
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
believe.
he actually faced this Blue Jays team already.
Okay.
And yeah, it was his first start. I actually watched because I think I had Baltimore in this game. And let me go back and look to make sure I don't have this incorrect. Yeah, okay. So he went his first start was against Toronto. He had 4 innings pitched, 4 hits against him. But I watched that game and there was a lot of hard contact against him. Last start he did well. That was against Kansas City. He only allowed 1 run on 5 hits, but I kind of like the fact that Toronto has seen him already, and this Toronto lineup's been kind of sneaky good. I know this past series against Boston was a lot of low scoring games, but I think they can get to Sagano here. And if you look at some of his advanced metrics, xERA is at 5.22. Fastball velocity is not really up there. Not a big strikeout guy, not a big whiff percentage, low whiff percentage. I think Toronto team total over kind of looks good here. They're going to battle 9 innings. I love that for a road team too. Team total over for Toronto, even full game over. I think Baltimore could get a couple runs. So lean to the away team, but more specifically team total over. I think they could score some runs here.
Yeah, I was just looking at the weather. We got rain inbound big time. 77% precipitation, 72 in the 3 hour slot here. Light rain, moving over. So there's a good chance this gets delayed or even rained out potentially. Um, and if they do start the game, well, I'd be curious to see if these two actually start.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to waste their arms, if they just want to kind of go, bullpen and try the rain. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure they'll start if it does go, but at the same time, like this could get rained out in 2 innings and delayed for a couple hours. So, would you really want to warm these guys up, get them ready, get them loose, and then shut them
Yeah.
down after 40 minutes or so? Um, I'll pick the Blue Jays, but this will be a stay away for me. Um,
Yeah.
don't want to really test with the rain or anything, but I'm with you. Second go around seeing this guy in less than what 2 weeks roughly.
Yep.
So yeah, I like familiarity. You're getting a pick 'em price here. Everybody loves the Orioles. People kind of shit on the Blue Jays, so I like pick 'em price, but I probably will stay off of this one just due to the weather and such a high chance of rain and potential of a rainout. What's up, Jacob? Jacob been cooking. All right, glad to see it. What you got for tomorrow? Jay's bullpen shit the bed tonight and used a lot of arms. They did. How many did they use
Yeah.
actually? I
That's a
was
good point. I know Jimmy Garcia was used for like an inning and a third, maybe. And then whoever the last guy was, I can't remember who it was. He couldn't throw a
Sandlin.
strike. I think he had 2 hit by pitches that inning. Yeah,
Sandlin,
he's
yeah.
yeah. So
Sandlin, Lettle, and Green all went 23, 14, 23, and 20 pitches. So
plus
they
I
are
think
out tomorrow.
the night before that I think went to extras too, if I'm not mistaken. One of those other games went to extras. I can't remember if it was the first game or the game before that, but yeah,
You are right. I don't remember which one though.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
I think it
not
was
sure,
I think it
but
was
you're
the
right.
night before. I don't know.
Because it wasn't last night was like what 6-1 Toronto or something like that.
Let's see. I'm gonna look at
Pull this
their
up.
games. So April
Oh no,
9th.
two to
Okay,
one.
so yeah, 2-1. Yep.
Two
So
to
I
one,
think
and
that
that went
was
into
yeah.
extras. So back to back extra inning
Yep.
games. Yep.
Yeah.
So yep. Weird spot for both teams, given bullpen and travel, and just the cross country travel for Toronto. Kind of rough here. Giants, small dogs to the Yankees. We got Robbie Ray versus Marcus Stroman over 8 in the Bronx. Weather situation. If I can find this quick. Where is it? Why is the Yankees weather not listed? Here we go. We got more rain coming here. 27%
Hmm.
precipitation at chance of precipitation at first pitch, and then 34 next hour, 49 to end the game. Wind is blowing in at 12 and a half miles an hour. So you got rain and wind blowing in. Um, Another tough spot here. But I can tell you, I'm not a huge fan of Stroman. Dude,
Oh my gosh.
dude wakes up, rolls out of bed, and gives up two, three earned runs every time. But it's the Giants. Their bats have looked a lot better this year, but at the same time, they kind of almost almost look like the same Giants team year in year out offensively. I will say I will give them the pitching advantage 100% with Robbie Ray here, given the day off, both teams here. So Weaver and the high leverage will be available for the Yankees. And then you got Shit was it? Now I'm drawing a blank on the Giants relievers arm, but regardless, like they're gonna have the starting pitcher advantage here. So maybe a Giants first five. Um, but we have
Man,
seen Robbie Ray just blow up at times here, so it's a little scary with the Bronx bats. But the wind's blowing in, so I kind of like the Giants here first five, and just avoid potential rain out and those high leverage arms for the Yankees if they do find a way to get like a lead 6-7 inning, and then you're kind of screwed given that Luke Weaver and Devin Williams could potentially come in. Although Devin Williams hasn't really looked great. He's in mid playoff form. As a Brewers fan, I know all about that way too much. So, yeah, give me the Giants here, first five. I'll back Robbie Ray over Stroman.
yeah, I mean, I got to keep an eye on this weather because I'm liking this over a lot. And I know you were just talking about like the rain and the wind blowing in. So I want to see what it maybe is tomorrow as it gets closer to game time. But anytime Stroman's on the mound, there's a total of 8. I'm almost always on the over, especially with a bunch of guys in this lineup who have success against him. More specifically, Willie Adames absolutely owns him. 474 average and 19 at bats, 2 home runs with a 1.407 OPS. Adames hasn't gotten going yet. He's been pretty quiet since he has started in San Francisco. Obviously, coming off a big year and a contract year, been a little quiet, but I think he can wake up right here, especially in a hitter's park. Yankee Stadium is always known for some runs. So, yeah, I think they get to Stroman here, even with if the wind's blowing in. It doesn't have to always be home runs. Giants offense has been good. They're patient at the plate. Another guy I like in this lineup is Lee. He's been incredible. His on base percentage is up. He's got an on base percentage of 355 in his last 7 games. Overall this season, he's sitting at a 9.08 OPS, or sorry, 908 OPS with no home runs. So this guy's getting on base. He's doing things with extra bases, getting doubles, triples, everything. So I like the Giants a lot. I like your first 5 play, but more specifically, I like their over and full game over. I mean, the Yankees, they can hit too. Aaron Judge, another guy who has success, 3 home runs against Robbie Ray in his career, 8 at bats. But I think we see runs here. I'll definitely keep an eye on the weather, and this will be a super strong lean for me for tomorrow night's game in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I can't really arguing over with the Yankees bats and those corked up torpedo bats that they they use. But yeah, it this one's just another weather dependent game for me. It starts light. It's going to get worse throughout the game. So I'll just play the first five. And Jacob brings up a good point. Maybe first five under. That's probably not a bad look. Given winds coming in at 12 miles an hour, it's going to be raining. It's going to be shitty conditions. So I mean, although that also goes against the defense. You get balls in play, you're sliding, balls are dying. They don't get to the outfield or defender as fast. You can't make a play on it. So I can see it honestly going both ways, but I feel more comfortable just backing Robbie Ray over Stroman to start the game out here. Next, we got Bryce Elder versus just had the name here. Taj Bradley. We got Taj Bradley. Now this is a game we were just talking about with the Braves in a weather delay right now.
Yeah.
What's going to happen with that? Who knows? If they do play it, it's going to be a late night. But I could be talking out of my ass here. I'm pretty sure the starting pitchers always travel a day or two early, just get adjusted and set up and squared away. So he'll be ready to go, but the rest of the team is going to be far behind. Even if they do cancel this game, it's 9:40, so it's going to be a late night for those guys. And the Rays just got their asses kicked today, so I'm assuming they want to get back out there and try to put something positive on the field.
Yeah, I hate backing a team who's coming off a late night game, rain delay. It just sets up poorly for them going into the game. And like you said, Tampa Bay's coming off that day game. They got trashed. They didn't score any runs. Yeah, I don't love this Rays team. I feel like they should have some success against Bryce Elder. I'm not a huge fan of Bryce Elder either. He usually has a lot of hard contact against them. Taj Bradley, I do like him. I know he'll have a tougher matchup against this Braves offense, but how effective are they tomorrow? For all the reasons we just said, I'll probably stay away from this game. I don't really have a good feel for either team right now. I like the Braves a lot. I still think they're okay. It's early in the season. Their slow start is hopefully going to get better when the 2 big guys come back for them. But off the tough night for tonight with them playing late, rain delay, waiting around, plus Tampa Bay not doing great. Lean to Tampa, but nothing strong. I'll probably stay away from this game and have no action.
fair. Can't argue that. For me, it's gonna be the Rays. I'm gonna back. I'm gonna back Taj here. You know, I know he had a rough outing his last one. Let me pull this up. I forget exactly who they played. Yeah, at Texas, 5 innings. He only had 2 hits but gave up 4 earned. The problem is you walk 4 guys and you give up 2 home runs. That's gonna screw it up. But the Braves here, you know, Philly series, big series. They sent their best arms out. They used a lot of the bullpen. Now they're going to be traveling late. Elder, like you said, I'm not a huge fan of his either. I do kind of like Taj Bradley. Like he's got work to do, obviously, but I still like him. And they got their asses kicked today at home. I think the Rays are favored for a reason, even though it's a short home favorite. Um, I'll back the Rays here. I think they score some runs. How many base runners did they even have today? Not much because Jose Soriano was absolutely filthy
Yeah,
against them. Was it?
and all one quick thing I want to mention here. I
Yeah.
just pulled up Elder's advanced metrics. It's absolutely terrible. xERA 8.54. His whiff percentage is not great. Chase percentage is low. Barrel percentage is horrible. Just a lot of nasty things that don't look appealing if you like the Braves tomorrow. So yeah, just another reason why I would lean toward the Rays. Just not a huge fan of Elder.
Yeah. So Rays money line for me. That's how I'll go this. I'll probably fire on this, to be honest. It's just a pretty rough spot for the Braves to be in tomorrow. It's essentially a Sunday night baseball travel spot. Just takes place on a Thursday.
Yep.
Next, oh, we do have. Let me see. I'm pretty positive we got. Yeah, we got Marlins Dodgers. I got to change the text for this, but we got Marlins Dodgers, Mitchell Parker, and then TBA for the Marlins yet.
You mean Marlins Nats?
Or yeah, Marlins
Wait,
Nats. My bad. It's
because Dodgers play the Cubs. I know.
sorry, my bad. I was staring at the wrong one.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, yeah. No, we got Nationals at Marlins. We got Mitchell Parker going for the Nats, and then TBA for the Marlins that I'm seeing.
Yeah, I don't know who they're anticipating throwing tomorrow, so I don't really like that there's no starting pitcher matchup. But I mean, I gotta be honest, this Marlins team has been pretty good to start the year. I know it's the Marlins, and there's not a lot of high expectations for them, but they've been competitive in their games. Nice 5-0 win against the Mets the other day. I'd like to see who's pitching for them, but Parker's had a strong start. He's 2-0 with a .73 ERA to start the young season. Nice numbers there. Nationals too, a nice little tough team. They just took 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. That was pretty nice for them to see a nice young core that they have. So tough game here. I don't know. I'd like to see who's pitching for Miami, but probably just another stay away game for me and kind of see how this one plays out.
Yeah, not a huge fan. Um, the Nationals just beat what 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Now you got to go play the Marlins as a short favorite. Nobody's gonna back the Marlins here. Nobody will. I mean, I know it's TBA pitcher here. I believe this total's right. Let me double check here. Yep, total's correct. So we got 8. Marlins are feisty, man. Marlins are feisty, but I think I'll back Mitchell Parker. Like he's very good. Pull up the Marlins versus lefties numbers here. Do, 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 do. Miami. They're they're dead. They're completely average. 97. They're 15th in the majors. 97 WRC plus. 138 ISO. 727 OPS. That OPS is good for 11th in baseball. So they're not terrible there. As for hard hit percentage, this will reload. I'm just gonna assume they're at the bottom here. Nope. Where are they? They're ninth. 34.3. 141 plate appearances. So they're hitting lefties hard. Mitchell Parker. I'm just gonna bring up his fan graphs here. Let's see. His batted balls. Here we go. He's 30% hard hit. Arizona hit him pretty hard, 41%. Other than that, Philly was only 20%. I know he struck out a lot in that Philly game. He was very good. Um, and he wasn't bad against the Arizona Arizona Diamondbacks either. So lefty, Marlins are about average. The Nationals just beat the Dodgers, so I get that maybe they're a little hungover here, and they just blew that last game. They had their chances to win. I'll back Mitchell Parker at the price here. Marlins back home, just got a big Mets win. Maybe they're a bit hungover too. Battle of the hangovers. I'll take the better
Yeah.
pitcher.
Someone said in the chat, good point. Could Sandy start? I forgot about that. He might be back from, I think he was
Oh
on
yeah.
leave for
Yep.
something. I think he had a kid or something.
Paternity leave.
Yeah. Let's see if my Yahoo app, because I play fantasy baseball. They usually update it in there. Let's see if they have anything about it. Um, I don't see anything, but it's possible. It could be him. It just says he was reinstated today, so he could play tomorrow, but he's going to get the ball probably at some point this weekend.
So if Sandy's back from paternity leave, gets the ball, I'll pick the Marlins. New dad bump. Plus 105 for Sandy at home.
I'm thinking it'll be him or Quantrell, probably.
Oh, if
I
it's
think he
Quantrill, I'm
start.
all over the Nats.
Yeah. Let's
I'm
see if
all
it
over
has
the
a.
Nats.
He pitched last on April 5th, so it's almost his turn. It actually has him. So on my Yahoo Fantasy Sports app, it has him starting tomorrow, but I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I don't know how accurate that is.
Uh, man, if it's Quantrill, I'm all over the Nats. If it's Sandy, I think I got to back the new dad bump.
I like that. The new
Like,
dad bump. There we go.
oh, he's gonna shove, dude. 8 innings of shutout baseball, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts. I can see it already. Yeah, so this one's solely dependent on the pitcher for me though. Will I
Yeah.
bet it? Probably not, to be honest. But depending if I like anything else on the board here, we'll find out. All right, here we go. Boston White Sox. Boston's laying 175. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, it's the White Sox, so of course they'll be laying some juice. Don't love Sean Newcomb. I mean, never have. Don't think I ever will. And it looks like he's going up against Martin. Yeah, Davis Martin. So, another somewhat low total. You've got a White Sox team who offensively is not going to score much, but I think they could score some against Newcomb. And we were just talking about Boston's bullpen having a lot of tired arms after a tough series, playing extras today and yesterday. So, no, not sure the weather's in Chicago. Usually around this time of year, it's cold, windy. Um, Maybe lean toward the over. I could see the White Sox getting a couple and Boston being able to put up enough and against this White Sox pitching. And there's just nothing good about their pitching. So yeah, lean toward the over. I know it's kind of gross saying it, trying to have the White Sox score runs, but I think they could squeeze a couple through against Sean Newcomb.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Red Sox bullpen or well, yeah, bullpen issues given what they had to use the last couple of days with the extra inning back to backs. But their offense, I'm not really huge on. I know they went to town on Sunday against your Cardinals, unfortunately, but other than that, it hasn't been incredibly impressive. The only reason they went to extras, they scored on a pass ball, I believe. Ended up taking a nap, but I saw a highlight, and I'm pretty sure they scored on a pass ball. So they don't get that, they end up losing. Now you got to travel. Your bullpen's cooked. White Sox, no one's gonna like them. Maybe like a White Sox team total over. It's not like Newcomb's like incredible either.
No.
Um, yeah, he's pitched 8 innings this year. Gave up 4-1. St. Louis at home was the one, but other than I don't even know if that was game 1 or 2. Whenever he popped in, but yeah, Baltimore on the road gave up 4, only struck out 4, walked 2. Um, Batted balls. Yeah, I mean hard hit percentage on the road was really high. Other than that, it was fine. I'll take like a White Sox team total or something maybe. That's kind of
Yeah.
tempting. They had a lot of guys in this series that they could score runs on Cleveland. They just never did. Now you're going to get Newcomb in a nuked bullpen, basically. Um, not a bad spot. Maybe a Sox team total over. That might be fun. Or a Sox first 5.
That could be good. Yeah. Let's see. Is any of these apps, do they have the team totals over yet?
Let me check DraftKings here.
According to DraftKings, it does not. What's the is there
Yeah,
an
I see nothing.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything there. Okay. Let's see if I'm sure my offshore book doesn't have it. Um,
Yeah, I got one here. White Sox plus 110 over 3.5. Red Sox minus
see?
110 under four and
I
a
don't hate,
half.
I don't hate that. I really don't.
Me neither.
That
And
might be a look.
let's just assume that they're going to be trailing probably by one or
Yeah.
two runs. They're going to get the bottom of the ninth.
Yep.
Plus money at home. It's going to be no rain. It's going to be clear. Winds blowing out to right field. 5 miles an hour ends at 3.5 roughly at the end of the towards the end of the game here. 45 degrees or so. I don't hate it. They had a ton of chances today um,
Yep.
against the Guardians here. They had was it 8 base runners? They got 1 run, and then the day prior, if I can find this, White Sox. Here we go. They put up two. They had 8 hits and how many walks? Eight. They had a ton of holy shit. One, two, three, four, six. So they had 14 guys on base. Only brought two home. I get that's probably a reflection on how bad their scoring hitting is with runners in scoring position and just overall. But they had 8 hits. They put up five today. They had 8 base runners. They had a ton of chances, just couldn't do it. I'll take that Sox over 3.5 plus money here.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuke them in a bad bullpen.
It's Freaky Friday, man. Anything can
Yeah,
happen on Fridays. And look at this. The White Sox haven't scored more than 3 runs since, let's see, what was the date? All the way back on, hold on, I'm going to make sure I get this right. Back on April 4th against Detroit. So they've gone 5 straight games without scoring more than 3 runs. So it's got to come eventually. They're going to score some runs in some games. Doesn't mean they're always going to score, they're never going to score 4 or 5 runs consistently, but who knows? Freaky Friday, it could happen.
100%. Next, let me go down the line here. Yeah, we got. If I can find it, here we go. Angels Astros. Angels are plus 120 with Kakanowitz versus Blanco. Over is 10. 10. Hold on, did I get that wrong?
I on DraftKings it's 8.5 at priced at 118.
I did get that wrong.
So
Okay. All right, good. I was gonna say, what the hell is this total?
yeah, it's 8.5 on minus 118 on DraftKings right now.
All right, I must have forgot to change that from the. Oh yeah, this was the Brewers slide. That's why.
But I mean, I think that's with these two pitchers and the Angels offense has been sneaky good. I mean, look at what they did today. They put up 11 and Trout hit 2 bombs. You've got that young kid doing well. Paris O'Hoppy's good. He's had some power this season. Adele hit 2 bombs today. This Angels lineup, I don't love the pitching. I think their pitching could have been more improved in the offseason. But that offense has been really, really nice in certain situations this year, especially this past series against Tampa Bay. So I kind of like them against Blanco. Blanco, another guy I'm not very high on. He's very high over ERA so far to start the year. He's pitch to contact guy, walks a lot of guys. He's got already I think he has 6 walks in his 2 starts this year. So at that price, especially for how the the Astros are playing, their offense hasn't really clicked. I kind of like the Angels at that plus money on a Friday night plus the over, but more toward the Angels.
Yeah, and Ronel Blanco. Let me pull up his numbers here. Has not been sharp, if I do remember. Yeah, 4 earned runs at Minnesota and 1.2 innings, one and 2/3 inning. Do you know how hard that is to do to the freaking Twins?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
incredible. No home runs, but walked three, only struck out three, 5 hits, and then against the Giants at home, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 6 Ks. So he hasn't been sharp. I know he kept the hits down against the Giants, but you walk 3 guys a game, like that's tough. And then like you said, the Angels offense has been low key nice this year. Like they
yep.
are sitting. They only have a 29.4% hard hit versus righties, but they're sitting 13th, 106 WRC plus, 721 OPS, a 182 ISO. Um, I know Blanco's more of a ground ball pitcher. LA, eighth highest with just froze. There we go, 45%. So I mean, I get it. I get why the Astros are that price, but Blanco's been giving up fly balls. He's not gotten hit with the home run yet, but you walk that many guys. What are the Angels' walk percentage versus righties? 9.5%, but they have a sub 22% strikeout rate, which is, one of the better, more average in the league. So I mean, I don't hate it. Angels plus 120, maybe a team total over too.
Yeah,
Kakanowitz, if you believe in him, you know that maybe ride the Angels team total or money line, but their bullpen was good today. Didn't get used. Soriano almost went 8 innings. Astros day off back home. Their offense hasn't looked incredible. Just gave away some games in Seattle here in incredible fashion to end that series with the walk. And yeah, I'll take the Angels. Maybe a team total if I can see if I have a number on that actually.
and Blanco
Uh,
fly ball pitcher. We've got the Angels as uh they rank third overall in baseball right now in home runs hit. So 24 home runs. They're just behind the Dodgers and the Yankees. So pretty impressive to see them top three right now in home runs.
yeah, Angels over 3.5 -135 -130 depending where you get it. This total's up to 8.5 already too. So
Yep.
it's starting to move up a little bit. I would just rather play the Angels team total, to be honest, or maybe like a Blanco earned runs potentially.
That's good
I'm
too.
sure you could probably get a decent number on that. If they got a 3.5 total, I'm guessing it's going to be set at 1.5. Um,
Yep.
Maybe DraftKings has some pitcher props up. Let's take a gander here. Nope, nothing yet. So
Nothing.
depending
No.
on what that is, I'm not going to play like a juiced -120 or -125, -130 for over 1.5 earned. I'd rather just play the team total over for the Angels at that price. But if you're gonna get like a -110 plus money plus even or something for earned runs, I'd be tempted to take that with Blanco.
100%.
Next, what game is next? Got Phillies at your Cardinals. Take it away. This is
Well,
Nola Plante. Nola Plante.
yeah. Again, who knows what to expect with this Philly team off the rain delay, long travel spot tonight. Still delayed, according to MLB right now. I don't see any updates here. So it's already going to be a tough spot for them. Cardinals coming off the off day. I mean, ever since that Minnesota series, St. Louis hasn't been impressive. The offense has been good. And of course, yesterday, when the offense doesn't do anything, the pitching does great. And they still lose the game, 2-1 or whatever it was. So frustrating there. I have liked Palante. Palante's been serviceable in the rotation. I mean, there's not a lot to love in the St. Louis rotation, but Palante, he's young, he's 26. He had a decent year last year, and it looks like his last start against Boston, he was fine. I mean, he went, uh, the innings weren't there, four and a third, three walks, six strikeouts, two earned, but this will be tough against Philly. Philly's lineup is just so deep. It's got, all the guys we know about Schwarber. Schwarber's off to a hot start, too. I just worry about this Phillies spot, and that's really the only reason why I would bet the Cardinals here. Do I trust the pitching? Absolutely not, especially not the bullpen. And it looks like Nola has gotten off to a little bit of a rough start too. So St. Louis bullpen or St. Louis lineup has been nice. If they can get them in this spot, I think that's a nice little underdog play tomorrow. So lean to St. Louis, but I probably won't be on it. I'll probably stay away.
Yeah, this is kind of a spot I don't mind fading the Phillies. Like you said, it's a rough spot. I know the pitchers are traveling, but um, Nola Nola shit. I'm trying to think his who he's seen this year. I know he's gone out twice. Yeah, Dodgers and Nationals, 5 earned, 3 earned, 4 homers, 10 strikeouts, only a walk, so he's got that under control. But 13 hits and 4 of those are homers. He's given up power. Cardinals bats, they can put up runs. I know that pitching definitely can too. Um, is this total? If this is 7.5, yeah, 7.5, I'd be tempted for an over. I think
Yeah.
Palante can give up some. But I think the Cardinals can get to Nola too a little bit here, not to mention the bullpen. issues for Philly. I like the Cardinals money line, and I like Phillies. I think they'll have the rest advantage. They'll be home. Phillies finishing up in Atlanta. Then you got to travel up to St. Louis late tonight. Jacob is saying Nola's due for a good game, 100%. But the Cardinals aren't like a slouch versus righties. Let me look
No.
at the paper.
And
Yeah,
with
nine.
Palante, I mean, yeah, I see a comment. His strikeout percentage is not great. Well, yeah, he's a ground ball pitcher. I mean, he's not going to go out there and strike out 10 guys a game. He's not going to strike out even 5 a game consistently. He's a ground ball guy. He's elite ground ball. If you look at his metrics, ground ball percentage, he's like 98th percentile. It's up there on MLB Savant. So yeah, I mean, I don't love Palante, but I mean, he does exactly what he needs to do. That's get ground balls. So we'll see. I don't love it though. We'll see.
Yeah, and to his point with the small K rate and the ground ball, that puts pressure on the defense. That gives more opportunities for the defense to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing the ball across the diamond, or a short roller, just a liner at him, something like that. So over 7.5 is going to be a play for me. Just depending on weather, assuming it's not raining and shit. There tomorrow. Yeah, wind's
Yeah.
blowing towards the first baseline, 5 miles an hour. It's gonna be 55. It's not gonna be terrible. Um, yeah, and we've seen both of these teams like score runs and give up runs. St. Louis fourth in high hard hit percentage out of the bullpen. Fly ball percentage, they're sitting 18th, only 36%, so that's fine. But where did that?
Yeah, I hate the bullpen. The bullpen's going to be a problem all year. I mean, they're going to have leads and they're just going to choke them away. I hate the bullpen so much.
Yeah,
It's bad.
and to the bullpen's point, sixth in K to BB, or sixth worst in K to BB ratio, 20% strikeout, 11.5% walk rate. So there's going to be guys that get on base. This over 7.5 is a little too low. I get it's Nola, but it's just kind of a
Yeah,
rough spot for the Phillies, and the Cardinals can give up runs.
absolutely.
So yeah, let's go over in this one. I'm gonna jot this one down because I will be betting this one.
Yeah, I might actually sprinkle on that one too. I need to write that.
Perfect.
Yeah, Shorter's been on fire. Like I think he hit another home run tonight. Yeah, what's his
He's
numbers now? Let's see. He does have a home run against Palante in his career. He has really good numbers against them. Small sample size, but he's up to 6 home runs now. Slugging, yeah, OPS 1.188. I mean, yeah, he's been their hottest hitter probably the whole season. So Schwarber, maybe a little total base prop tomorrow if you like him.
Yeah, I mean he's got a 14% walk rate. That's typical for him. 24% strikeout rate. That's down. 439 ISO. Like I know it's short in the season, but a 439 ISO, a 732 slug, 420 on
Yeah,
base. And then I know batting average means nothing, but it's 293. Like
sure.
he's hitting the ball hard. Batted ball. Let's take a gander here this year. 41, almost 41.5% hard hit percentage. 41.7 home run to fly ball ratio. I know it's Palante, so that's not going to be there, but he's still liable to go yard against absolutely anybody. Not to mention the bullpen that'll come in at some point too. So
Yep.
over. Back to the AL Central. Tigers Twins. Reese Olson versus. I'm seeing David Festa, but I know the lines aren't up, so there might be. I think I saw something that potentially somebody could be called up, given that the Pablo Lopez injury. I believe he's going to be out for a little bit. I'm not sure, but yeah, you're going to get the Tigers offense here versus the Twins. Twins offense is atrocious. Like I'm sure everyone here's watched the Twins at some point this year.
Hmm.
They lost a game where they gave up 0 earned runs. Like I don't know that you got to
Yeah,
try to do that. That's impressive.
they're terrible.
Reese Olson, I don't mind either.
Yeah, I think the Twins are already a team who I have to like. It's got to be a guaranteed like they're going to win this game, and there's no guarantee with the Twins. Like there's probably no chance I'm going to be betting them the rest of this month until I can actually see them pick it up consistently on offense because it's just been terrible. I mean, look at today; they were up 2-1. I think they're up 2-1, and then Kansas City scored in the bottom of the seventh, went up 3-2, and lost that game. Of course, the offense doesn't show up again. So if it wasn't for Joe Ryan yesterday, they would have got swept by the Royals. And yeah, I don't can't see anything good about this Twins team right now. The offense is just atrocious. And Reese Olson, yeah, like you said, Reese Olson's been uh, a respectable pitcher. I mean, last start out, I think he did pretty well. His first time out, he was a little hit up. Let me see his game logs here. Yeah, first start against the Dodgers, he gave up 4, but it's the Dodgers, whatever. And then the White Sox, which it's the White Sox. So kind of a middle matchup here, but Twins offense has been bad. It's Tigers or nothing for me. I can't support this Twins team right now at all.
No, like how Rocco Baldelli still has a job is beyond me. That guy is.
Insane.
I don't get it. Like, what do you have to do to get fired in Minnesota? Like, they have such a good roster and line. Well, this year it's kind of rough. Like, no Royce Lewis and shit. But over the years they've had good lineups, good pitching, and they just don't win games. Like, I
Yeah,
don't get it. Or they do. They'll have a nice lead in the division, and then late July, August rolls around, and then they just tank and they don't win. Like, I don't get what you need to do to get fired there, but I don't
it's
know if he
bizarre.
will. I don't know if he will this year again. Um, but yeah, Tigers at -110. I don't know how you don't play that.
Mm,
Getting a pick 'em here. I know this is like fluctuating. I think it's like -115, -110. Kind of just depends where you shop, but that's still a great price for the Tigers for me. Not to mention their bullpen is a lot better, and
great
their bats
price.
are really good.
Yeah, and the Twins. I just looked at their offensive numbers, like slugging percentage, on base, OPS, all the nice numbers we like to look at. They're bottom 5 in just about every category on offense right now. And actually, the Tigers are kind of up there. Like the Tigers' offense hasn't been bad this year. They've ranked like top 10 in a lot of those categories. So I think that's a good price you're getting with the Tigers for the state of this Minnesota offense.
Yeah, this is kind of like a spot where it's like if you don't get it done, like if they lose, so be it. Chalk it up to the game. That's baseball. 162 game season. There's a lot of variance, but -110 versus a awful Twins team. No, thank you. Not to mention they traveled today. Tigers were off, so
Yep,
bullpen advantage Tigers, offense advantage Tigers, starting pitcher advantage Tigers. Let's go.
all
And
around.
if they call up somebody, maybe you could see an under. Tigers are going to be unfamiliar. Um, maybe a first 5 under potentially there. But uh, with given the Tigers offense, I don't want to bet an under with them. That's just too scary. It's
Yeah,
the
no
one AL
chance.
Central team right now that I will not bet an under on.
Nope.
Rockies at the Padres. We got Herman Marquez versus Nick Pivetta. Pivetta's been shoving this year, man. He's been absolutely shoving.
He has been. I know his last start was against the Cubs, and I think he was pulled early, but I believe his strikeouts are up, which is nice. Like he's got some good strikeout percentages, and I mean he's got a great matchup tomorrow. Colorado coming off a game where they scored 7 runs. Be surprised if they can get anything close to that again.
Yeah.
Going to San Diego, Pitchers Park. It's not as friendly, obviously, as Coors. I want to. What's this team total under? It's got to be low. I mean, let's see. Is there any price for the team total under for the Rockies right now?
Let me take a gander.
Um, Two and a
This
half
is
is what I'm saying.
yeah minus
Yeah,
135 juiced over. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, all it takes is one inning to do something, but I hate this Rockies lineup, and I think they really struggle on the road. It's a low total. I don't know if I'll get there with that, but Pavetta should to have a big bounce back spot. He didn't do hot against the Cubs last week. His logs were looks like he only went 3 innings, 6 hits, and 3 earned, a couple walks. But if he does what he did against Atlanta, which was 7 innings, just 1 hit allowed, 4 strikeouts, and no walks, yeah, I think we're gonna get more of that tomorrow from Pavetta against this weak Rockies lineup.
Yeah, and to his point, that was in Chicago. I'm pretty sure the wind was not in his favor for that game, but regardless, how do you can't like this has got to be a bounce back game for Pavetta. You can
Yeah,
ask for a better, maybe the White Sox, but you really couldn't ask for a better bounce back spot than getting the Rockies not in Coors Field. Um, so yeah, give me Padres on the run line -1.5. What's that price?
I like that.
I know people
Um,
don't like taking home team run lines because they get one less at bat and shit like that. But if this comes down to a 1 point game in the ninth inning, so be it. they should maul the Rockies here, especially once that bullpen gets involved because we've seen what they've been doing. No bueno, and Alexander went today, and he's one of their better arms. So unavailable tomorrow. Now they're traveling from elevation over to the West Coast here. Kind of a rough spot. I'll take the Padres -1.5 +110. I'm seeing.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking at this Rockies team. I mean, in course, take out the game today where they scored 7. They scored 2 yesterday and just 1 run yesterday. Or sorry, 2 yesterday and 1 the game before that. So 3 total runs in a hitter's park course field where they're familiar with. And then if you look at their road numbers, so they went to Philly and scored 1 run in every game there, and then 3 and 4 against the Athletics, and then of course the last game 12. So yeah, that's a bad offense. I don't really want to get behind that and even try to get cute with it on the road here. So I'm with you. I think 1.5 or nothing for the Padres.
Yeah, you. This is just a simple like don't overthink it spot to me personally. Speaking of, I gotta fix these money line numbers. This is not Degrom at +124 versus the Mariners. We got -130 on the Rangers and +108 for the Mariners. 6.5 is the right total.
6.5. Yeah, it's. I mean, for Seattle's offense, that's another one who is hard to trust. They did put up a little bit more than expected with that Arozarena grand slam against Houston. Nice comeback for them against Houston. That was a much needed victory and offensive breakout, but I still don't trust it. I just don't trust this Mariners team. Outside of Julio Rodriguez, I don't know how much consistency you're going to get from anyone else in that lineup. And at that price, I know it's Bryce Miller. I do like Bryce Miller a lot. He's a nice, fun young pitcher who can have success here at home against this Texas lineup. I think Wyatt Langford's on the IL now, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. I feel
he
like I heard about that today.
pulled something on his side, I believe, or back. Um,
Yeah,
not a good spot. Although
yeah. So
look what they did to Shota without him.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, Degrom, he's looked fine in his 2 starts. I know for not pitching last year. I think he pitched a couple times last year, but it wasn't much. And then he's what, 3rd start of the year now against a weak lineup at -130. I don't hate that. I lean to the Rangers, but I don't know if I'll actually get there officially. I want to look into this a little bit more on Degrom, but I don't like this Mariners offense, so I'm kind of staying away from them right now.
Yeah, and to what you said, like the Rangers offense, not great. I know they beat up Shota a little bit, or not a little bit, a lot of it, but um, they beat him up. Other than that, they haven't done much. Let me pull up verse righties here. Seattle is sitting somehow 16th in the majors, 102 WRC plus, 652 OPS, 135 ISO. Batted
Hmm.
ball wise, 18th, I believe that is. My fan graphs just keeps refreshing. Yeah, 19th, 30% hard hit. Um, they're getting a lot of ground balls, 43%. And then K percentage. Oh, good for them. They're improving. They're only at 21%. Um, so I, the way I'm gonna look at it, give me the Rangers first 5, or maybe Degrom under earned runs here. Um, I don't see Seattle scoring against them, and if they do, again, you just chalk it up to the game. It's in Seattle, late night game, winds blowing in from left field, 5 miles an hour. It's gonna be 50 degrees. Yeah, give me Degrom under earned runs. Actually, I like that a lot because then I don't have to trust the Rangers to score. Bryce Miller's fairly respectable um, overall, in his history.
Love that. Yeah.
Rangers, yeah, give me Degrom under earned runs. I like that because he's gonna go what 6 at most, maybe. Like
Yep.
they're not using him a lot right now. Like they're preserving him
Yeah.
for when it really matters. Um,
Man, and his velo's up like 87th percentile in fastball velo. Average exit velocity against him 85th percentile. Chase percentage 96th. So the numbers are there. The advanced metrics are all supporting him. And against this lineup against Seattle, I think it's just too hard to pass up with that at that price. So I like your bet there with the under earned runs because what is it? You said 2.5.
oh, if it's 2.5, I'm nuking it. It's probably gonna be like
You're
minus
mute.
two.
I can't hear you by the way.
Can't hear me.
I don't know what happened, but I did hear like mic kind of moving around as I was talking, and then now I just can't hear you at all. So just a heads up.
Anybody hear me? No, still nothing. All right.
No, something
Uh,
happened.
yeah. Let's just here. All right. Are we
I'm
better?
not hearing anything at all.
Nothing. All right.
Mm-mm. I mean, when I was talking, if you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
When I
me?
was talking, it sounded like your mic was making a lot of noise, and then it just kind of went out. So yeah,
Nothing. Damn.
this damn app, it's getting you back.
Yeah. If you want to talk about this game,
Want me to leave? Okay.
you guys can hear me now.
Start with this game, and I'll try to fix it. No, I can't. I still can't hear anything. I'm sorry, man. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay. He said he's gonna try to fix it. People are saying they can hear both of us. I'm not sure why, but
Oh, so
it seemed like this was happening yesterday too, though. Like when we were on here at first, you can hear me, I can't hear you, but everything was going fine. I don't know what just happened.
um all right, I'll talk I'll talk this game. We were so close to having a nice stream. Uh I'll just have him leave and come back, and then we'll
Leave
add
and
him
come
back.
back. Okay,
They
I'll
can
jump
hear
out.
you. They can hear you. Okay, but we can't hear each other. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm glad we got that figured out. At least you guys can hear us. This is we'll get it squared away eventually here. One day we'll have a flawless stream like pump fake, but or basketball. But regardless, yeah, we got Mets here starting pitching. We got Griffin Canning, JP Sears. JP Sears is a guy I like. I don't know about you guys. I'm a JP Sears guy. Loved him last year. Trying to pull up what he did this year so far. Canning's also been pretty solid this year. Also, yeah, can you hear me? And so we still can't hear each other. We still can't hear each other. Any dice, any dice. Dang, I don't know what the hell is going on. We were so close.
Though, which is weird. So if you want to close it out yourself, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
All right.
Cool. I'll just say this. I know people can hear me, but Trevor, and I can't hear anything you're saying, Trevor. I'll just say this really quick about the Athletics. I really like the Athletics tomorrow. Love JP Sears. He's looked strong in his couple starts that he's had this year. And I'll most likely be on the Athletics. So I'll let you take it away, though. I know we're having some technical difficulties, so I don't want to have any weird stuff happen, and you have to try to figure everything out. So best of luck, everybody. Thanks for watching, and Trevor, thanks for having me on, man. We'll do it another one. Hopefully, we have no issues in the future. Not your fault, by the way. It's probably just something with
Oh,
the app.
you're good.
All right, dude. I'll see you.
All right. So we'll get this figured out eventually here. Um, but regardless, like you said, he's liking the A's. I like the A's tomorrow too. Um, Mets offense has shown. Adam, I'm betting DeGrom under earned runs when it comes out. It's probably going to be 1.5. Not sure what the number will be. I don't think it's out. I should actually look. I'm just assuming it's not out. Pitcher, yeah, no pitcher props yet that I'm seeing. So whatever the line is, I'll probably be on unless it's juiced to high hell. But yeah, A's here. I'm a fan of the A's here. JP Sears, I know he's been he's solid overall in his history with Seattle. He went 6 2/3 against Seattle or with the Mariners or A's. 6 2/3 against the Mariners, 2 earned, gave up a dinger, and then Colorado on the road 6 1/3, gave up three with only a dinger. So that's all in all not terrible for going into Coors here. And Griffin Canning, he's been solid this year. I'm trying to find him. Here we go. Game logs. Yeah, 5 2/3 at Houston, 2 earned, a 1 homer, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts, and then he played Toronto at home, four hits and 4 innings, 1 earned, no homers, 3 walks though and strikeouts. So he's kind of having um, walk issues here. And the A's, don't believe are very walk prone. I could be entirely wrong. Um, they're middle of the pack here, 9.5%. But it's at Sacramento. This park, we just saw an under finally. That was the first time we'd seen an under in a minute here. But the Mets versus lefties, middle of the pack also, 685 OPS, only a 111 ISO. Batted ball wise, hard hit percentage. They're number one, 46.3. So they're hitting the ball hard. They're just not really doing much with it. And outside of like 2 Marlins games that they've played against, we haven't seen a whole lot of offense coming out of this team. Um, and this total is actually wrong. I believe it's up at yeah, it's up at 10, juiced under. So I messed that one up again. But yeah, we got a juiced under 10. I'd be kind of inclined to play that. I know a lot of people probably going to go back to the over, assuming that it was just an off game for them offensively, considering what both had done, and no Tatis and Merrill for San Diego. But regardless, I think Sears is arguably like their best starter they have, and going against Canning, who's another starter, great starter. I like the under 10, and I like the A's on the money line here. If you don't want to involve the bullpen for the A's, I get it. Just an F5 then potentially. See if they actually have the first five lines up. Yeah, you can get even money on the first five money line. For the A's, maybe playing under five again if you don't want to involve the bullpens. But I don't see this game being a launch pad tomorrow. Weather-wise, it's going to be wind is blowing out 8 miles an hour, 74 degrees. So at first pitch, but it's going to cool off by 10 degrees by the end of the game there. So wind blowing out, I get it, but I don't think JP Sears is going to blow up against this Mets team that's kind of had some issues offensively. And then A's also offensive, really good. They put up numbers like they've been a low key solid unit this year. Soderstrom and Rooker, Bangaliers, Lawrence Butler, like they've got some dudes on that team. So I like the A's money line, but I kind of like that under a little bit more personally. Brewers D-backs. We don't have a listed pitcher for the Brewers. I believe it was going to be Elvin Rodriguez, but he went today, like coming out of the bullpen later in that game. So he's not going to go. This could be Jose Quintana, I was hearing, potentially too. Um, so I know he had a hell of a year last year with the Mets. Excuse me. This year has not pitched at all. So kind of curious to see how that'll go. Erod, not great. But who's not great versus lefties is the Brewers. Pull this up. Yeah, 23rd in the league, 73, I'm sorry, 23 in WRC plus with a 73. 607 OPS and only a 108 ISO. Hard hit percentage, not good. 25th with a 27.4. So I know they got to Freeland. They put up a lot of runs. In Coors, but that was Coors and that was Kyle Freeland. I know Freeland had some success versus Milwaukee in his history, but they finally did it. Did the bats wake up? Potentially. But this being an 8 total, juice to the under, kind of feels like we're going to not see many runs from Milwaukee. I know it's kind of scary to back Erod as a favorite here, but Milwaukee coming from Coors Field, traveling, no days off.
I think it's going to take some adjustment time. So I like the under. I like the D-backs money line, but will I fade my Brewers? No. I'll take the under in this one, but I probably won't play anything, especially until you know for sure who's pitching for the Brewers. Um, really want no part of this game, but the one game in this series I'm really looking forward to is when we get to face Corbin Burns. I think he's going to absolutely shove. You know, he's kind of had a rough year. Now he's going to get to go against his former team. I think he'll have a good one, but this game in particular, not a huge fan. Deep Pockets is saying Contreras is starting to heat up, but like his over 1.5 total bases. Can't argue that. He definitely had a good series. You know, Yelich had a really good series in Colorado. Terang didn't get on base today. Nothing, but Cheerio also had a good one. So I get it. The offense is starting to wake up, but not a fan of the travel spot for them going from elevation down to Arizona here with no days off, and you're gonna have TBA essentially on the pitching on the mound. So no, thank you. I will just take the under, but not really enjoy this. Not going to bet this one. Jacob is going to be on the Diamondbacks team total over. Brewers pitching situation is terrible, and I cannot agree anymore. Yeah, it'd be D-backs or nothing, but I will not be playing the D-backs. And then last but not least, we have the Cubs at the Dodgers. We get a rematch here. We got Matt Boyd versus Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Um, excuse me. Dodgers coming off of that rough series in Washington. Lost 2 of 3 to them. Mitchell Parker had a decent game as well. You got the Dodgers versus lefties. Not their normal numbers, if I can find them here. Where are you, LA Dodgers? There we go. 22nd in WRC plus with an 80. 635 OPS, 195 ISO. Batted ball wise, let's take a gander. Hard hits. Dodgers. Where you at? 16th, 31.7%. They do have a near 50% fly ball rate, which is second in the majors. And the weather will be blowing out, 4.5 miles an hour. It's going to be 70 degrees. So it's going to be nice weather for that, but I'm not sure how dominant they can be. I mean, it's not like the Cubs offense is no good. Like they put up runs. We've seen them put up runs this year. And Yamamoto, pulling up his numbers real quick. Yamamoto's going to have the lowest xFIP on the board tomorrow for starting pitchers. He's been solid this year. 5 innings against the Cubs earlier. 1 earned, 1 walked, 4 strikeouts, and then he came back. And then Detroit, 2 earned. He had 10 strikeouts in that game, 2 walks. So I mean, he's been fine. But this will be the second time that the Cubs will get to see him. The Cubs lineup can score runs. And versus righties, let me pull this up. See where the Cubs are sitting. Hard hit percentage wise, they are sitting ninth, 33.6. Only a 38% fly ball rate, so that's not ideal. But I mean, Kyle Tucker and Seiya Suzuki and Swanson have been going nuts. Ian Happ has had a good year so far. WRC plus wise, they're sitting 10th with a 116. They got a 746 OPS and a 152 ISO. Over is eight here. Pretty positive. 7.5. So I don't know. It looks like it moved down. Seeing a 7.5 here. Dodgers not amazing. First lefties. I know it's Matt Boyd, but this will be the second time that the Dodgers or Cubs get a look at the Dodgers here. Fly ball rates. Let's see, Yamamoto, really elite ground ball pitcher, not giving up a ton of hard hit percentage. Either I think the ball stay in the park here, and the Dodgers versus lefties hasn't been incredible this year. We've seen them kind of struggle a little bit, so I think we could see like a 4-2 game, 4-3, something like that. I'm not sure I want to bet an under with both of these teams, but given the pitching and circumstances they'll be in, I'm not a huge fan. Cubs at plus 170 is tempting, especially when you're getting your second look at a guy. And the offense does have the ability to put it on people. So Cubs are nothing. I get it's the Dodgers. They looked bad against Washington. They're back home. Going to look they're going to want to put on a better display, look better. But Cubs plus 170 is just kind of ridiculous. Like this team can score. Not sure it's going to be like a run fest, but I think they can score and potentially win. So plus 170 is kind of a ridiculous price. So I'll take the Cubs here to take game one from the Dodgers. But yes, that'll do it for us. You can, if you see on the bottom, you can follow D Pockets on Twitter there. Follow the Pump Fake. Follow me. Um, Kind of a up and down start to the year for baseball for me, but we'll get it figured out. Always do. Um, but other than that, appreciate you guys for stopping by. One day we will have a stream that is not rendered with technical difficulties, but today was not that day. We will get it figured out though. So appreciate you guys, and we will see you Sunday night potentially or Monday. Not sure. The basketball stream pushed off. We had some unexpected things pop up for some of the guys tonight, so unable to do it. I think we're going to go Monday. We're going to do that. So that'll be the all name list. We'll do some awards. We'll do some fun shit for that. So thanks, and we will catch you guys next time. Toodles.